Did you guys know that Timmy Turner made an incel wish back in the day? Cause I didn't. In fact, if you asked me to name some of Timmy's most unhinged wishes, I'm pretty sure gender segregation was not one of the ones I had in the cards. And yet, here we are. Love Struck was a special episode of Fairly Odd Parents that aired for Valentine's Day, all the way back in 2003, right around the same time that Apple first launched the iTunes Music Store. In this episode, Timmy's frustration with girls reaches new heights when he is rejected by Trixie Tang on Valentine's Day. And Timmy gets so fed up that he wishes for all girls on planet Earth to just go away. And for some reason, I have absolutely no memory of ever seeing this episode as a kid. And I was a massive Fairly Odd Parents fan. I'm talking like I watched this show religiously. So I have no clue how I don't remember this one at all. And I'm not quite sure if they just didn't rerun this episode a lot, or if I just happened to miss it every time Nickelodeon ran it, but I don't remember it well at all. And honestly, even though it's been over 23 years since this episode premiered, its themes about gender are still pretty relevant today. There are a ton of frustrated dudes on the internet who can probably relate to Timmy's incel wish. So I guess in a way, Nickelodeon was kind of ahead of its time with this one. But before we give it too much credit, this episode is actually extremely sexist, and the episode even implies that there are no gay people in the Timmy Turner universe at all. Which, come on, Mr. Turner and Dinkelberg, you're telling me they're not secret lovers? So it's definitely time to take a look back to see how crazy Love Struck is all these years later. As always, if you like this video, please be sure to throw us a like and maybe subscribe. I might just bathe myself in honey and let hundreds of bees land all over me if you do. And as always, if you have any other episodes or shows you want me to cover, let me know down in the comments. All right, let's dive in. The episode starts off with Tom Kenny as Cupid, sounding very much like SpongeBob.
Tomorrow is Valentine's Day!
He's preparing an army of baby Cupid cherubs for Valentine's Day. And to mark the occasion, they're having a war parade. Seriously, what are they gonna do with those tanks? And nukes? What is Cupid's plan here? Fucking even fighter jets?
Thanks for bringing me here before school, guys.
They brought Timmy to the Valentine's Day war parade before school? How fucking early did Timmy wake up for this? He doesn't strike me as the kind of kid to wake up early. Cupid preaches to Timmy about how love is the most powerful form of magic there is, again while sounding very much like SpongeBob still.
Love is the energy source that powers me and my love domain all year round.
Timmy agrees that he loves Valentine's Day too, because it's the only day he can try to kiss Trixie Tang without violating the restraining order. But Cupid tells Timmy that he doesn't get to choose who to love because humans do not have free will and it's all up to fate. And fate says his love will be, in fact, Tootie. And of course, Timmy doesn't accept this. He wants to take fate into his own hands and find a way to win over Trixie. Wanda says, well, it's simple. You just have to figure out what girls love.
Oh, Timmy, you just gotta figure out what girls love.
Robots?
Action figures?
Sports!
You can't see me right now, but I'm raising my eyebrow. Okay, first of all, when has Timmy ever liked sports? I don't think he ever has. And second, this episode comes a full season after The Boy Who Would Be Queen in season 2. And in that episode, the plot is all about how Timmy can understand and relate to girls, including Trixie herself, because he likes girly TV shows and other girly things, and boy stuff too. Maybe the reason he's failing with girls is because the character development he went through just ain't sticking. I guess we could blame the writers for that one. So Wanda busts out into song about what girls love, and it's actually making my ears bleed a little bit. I'm doing you all a real favor by not including the audio for this part. And to be honest, it's pretty disappointing because Fairly Odd Parents, the show, normally busts out some real bangers. Give me the wand. Come on. The song ends with Timmy professing his love to Trixie, and she kicks him to the curb. A not very surprising reaction from a girl who already has a restraining order against him. So Timmy's feeling pretty trash, and he tries to cheer himself up by saying, well, at least no one was around to witness this failure.
The only thing that would make this worse would be if every girl in Dimsdale saw this.
So all those girls just saw the fairies. They were right there just a second ago, and there was an entire crowd. Timmy's secret just got revealed in front of the masses. Jorgen should be showing up right now to take his fairies away forever. Also, how did they even get time to make that loser banner? How? So Tootie tries to hug Timmy and be nice, but he shoves her ass away. Timmy's goddamn pissed at the entire female population, and he wishes that they'd all just go somewhere else.
I love him not, I love him not, I love him not.
I gotta be honest, Trixie is funny as hell. She doesn't just reject Timmy, she actually likes to reject every single boy. And that's some big time Cher energy from Clueless.
Ew! Get off of me! Ugh, as if.
Good job knowing your worth, queen. All the girls poof away, and girly objects like waffles are replaced by footballs. The men don't seem to mind that all the women are gone and replaced by sporting equipment. And honestly, the women seem happy about it as well, and start to enjoy their own feminine society with horses and rainbows. But Cupid does not like this, and he decides nuclear war against the humans is the only option. Also, his baby cherub soldiers lose their wings and reveal a weird skin wing underneath, and it makes me uncomfortable. Let's call it what it is. It's a wing penis. Wanda actually ends up poofing away to Girlland as well, and she's happy about it and says, fuck Cosmo and Timmy. Time to bull out with the ladies. And Timmy's happy as well, as he finally feels free to fart in public.
This is great! A world without girls! I can do anything I want! I'm free!
And I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty weird message for the episode so far. Basically just suggesting that gender segregation is the true key to world peace and happiness? Okay, but Cupid is crashing out and says this is the worst Valentine's Day ever, and the lack of sexual relations between male and females is actually slowly killing him and rotting away his flesh. My God. Wait, hang on. Why does Timmy suddenly have a beard? Did he age? Chester and AJ don't have beards. Cosmo's starting to feel like something may be missing. And it's kind of cute that he's the only man in existence who seems to miss his wife, but Timmy tells him to just shut the fuck up and says it's great being in Gaia World. And yep, they sing another ear-grating song about it. Trash. Pure trash. I'm actually getting pissed listening to this. My ears are bleeding yet again. I thought I was safe. Cosmo is still the only one to point out that he can't help but feel like something's wrong. And wait a second. Why is Cosmo just out in the open with everyone? They can all see him. Cupid's on his literal deathbed as his life depends on a heteronormative society. And Mr. Turner starts to cry because he misses his wife.
Man, Dad still misses Mom, and he doesn't even remember what a mom is.
And I'm pretty sure memory loss wasn't part of the wish.
I wish I lived in a world without girls. Just put them all someplace else.
Timmy just said he wished that girls would go someplace else. I don't know why that made all the men of society literally forget who their wives are and what women are in general, for that matter. I don't get it. Cosmo is sobbing now because nothing fills the void, and Timmy tries wishing for girls to come back, but Cosmo can't fulfill the wish because he straight up doesn't know what a girl is.
What's a girl?
And again, this makes no sense. Timmy didn't wish for everyone to lose their memory. So since magic isn't working, Timmy decides to just tear down the wall separating men and women. And Vicky decides that they should declare war against these strange male creatures, to which everyone agrees. But Cupid pulls Timmy out of a space sky vortex right as the men and women start breaking into war. Just more magic casually happening in front of the masses. Also, it's pretty wild that Timmy's dad is just broing it out with the boys, cheering for football and bacon and man stuff, when he literally finally entered the Miss Dimsdale pageant. Since when is he a manly man? And Cupid is decrepit. His flesh is goddamn rotting. I might actually throw up. Timmy somehow feels a little bit responsible for destroying all of the love in the universe. I guess Butch Hartman doesn't think gay people exist? So Timmy decides to become a ninja of love to save Cupid. Timmy starts shooting people with heart-shaped ninja stars, so instead of brutally assaulting this man, this lady will hop on his dick instead. Nice one, Timmy, nice. But what if Timmy was like a second too late? What if someone got a stab wound before Timmy could stop them with the love potion? This was a pretty close call, you cannot deny. Cupid starts to regain his strength and sends in his fighter jets to help Timmy restore the heteronormativity to the world. Aww. And once Wanda and Cosmo recognize each other again, Timmy wishes the world was back to normal, effectively ending gay rights in Dimsdale. Cupid is so grateful for Timmy restoring the world, even though he's also the one who ruined it, so he gives Timmy the love arrow as a Valentine's Day gift.
Wow, Timmy! Cupid's arrow! You can use it on Trixie now!
And as long as you shoot it from over 50 feet away, you won't violate the restraining order.
Yeah!
But shockingly, Trixie finds Timmy and tells him that she actually loved his Valentine's Day extravaganza, and she chooses him to be her Valentine, even without the magic arrow being involved. Timmy is psyched, thinking he might get some sloppy toppy from Trixie, but then he hears someone softly crying nearby, and it's none other than heartbroken little Tootie. And I gotta be honest, it's making me tear up a little bit. So Timmy stabs himself in the ass with the Cupid love arrow to force himself to fall in love with Tootie, and ends up being Tootie's Valentine. Rare moment of Timmy being sweet and kind to someone else, and honestly, Tootie was on his side when every other girl was laughing and calling him a loser. And I gotta point out, the Fairly Odd Parents writers dropped some realness with Trixie's reaction to Timmy walking away from her.
Oh my gosh. I am so into you now. I'm gonna run home and leave 1,000 messages on your answering machine. Bye.
But, what's the message here? You should go out with a girl you don't like just so she doesn't feel bad? And you should ignore the girl you actually have feelings for? Huh? So Timmy gets his first kiss, and second kiss, and third kiss, and fourth, all with Cupid's arrow stuck in his ass. And quite frankly, I'm shocked this episode exists. And it's probably fair to say that compared to other episodes, this one hasn't exactly aged well. It implies, no, not implies, actually, it basically just outright states that all men are simple-minded, disgusting creatures who love burping, farting, and sports. Even though we see on the same show that boys can be nerdy like AJ, or prissy like Remy Bucksaplenty, or even a cross-dresser like Mr. Crocker or Mr. Turner. And reducing all girls down to fluffy unicorns and rainbows doesn't make that much sense either, when Vicky literally enjoys violence and destruction more than any other character on the show. And yeah, I know she started the war once the wall was knocked down, but you're telling me she was happy before that? Icky Vicky, who loves torturing children for fun, was just perfectly fine living in the girly unicorn rainbow land? I ain't buying it. And besides from just the gender stereotypes, which already don't make sense on a show with characters who defy these stereotypes frequently, it's also a pretty weird implication that men and women in traditional straight relationships are the only form of love that exists. I mean, just think about Trixie's blonde sidekick friend. She had endless pictures of Trixie plastered all over the walls of her goddamn bedroom. She's even got an action figure. And she sleeps at night in this room surrounded by hundreds of Trixies. That's a giant closeted lesbian crush if I've ever seen one. Come on now. And to be honest, guys, I'm not one to get offended by sexist stereotypes or ignoring the gays. And I do understand this episode is from the early 2000s. But what I can't forgive is the god-awful, ear-grating songs. The fact fact that Timmy wished girls would go away, but instead a memory loss wish was granted for no reason, and the fact that fairies and magic are seen blatantly out in the open multiple times in this episode. Sexist bigotry is one thing, but frankly, I draw the line at cartoons not being able to respect their own rules and lore. And if you heard me ranting in my Timmy's Secret Wish video, you know how strongly I feel about this. But to see an episode from this early on in the series commit these crimes, it's a little shocking and honestly a bit disappointing. So maybe it's for the best that I repressed the memories of this episode entirely. Or again, maybe Nickelodeon knew that this one was a dud and decided to not actually replay it that often. But enough of me yapping. What do you guys think of Timmy's incel wish? Do you guys think it's offensive trash, or do you think I'm being a little harsh? Let me know down in the comments. Let's kick it. And if you watched the video this long, why not subscribe and check out some other videos? I might just hook 2 jumper cables to my nipples if you do. And I gotta give a wet, sopping, dripping shout out to the channel members and Patreon members. I'm about to drop some knowledge on ya in the form of a haiku. Crawl to me, children. My teat is exposed for you. Suck the sacred juice. All right, you guys, I don't know how you're gonna like that one, but you better love it because it took me a hot minute to think of it. If you're still watching, you know, wow, I'm impressed. I'm happy. How about you make yourself an ice cream sundae sometime this week? That would be delicious, right? A little bit of chocolate syrup, some whipped cream, some cherry. All right. Thanks for listening.